When studying the Book of Mormon and trying to find out all the different commodities that people lived and used and their artifacts, I was surprised to find out that what I had envisioned them using in terms of a sword was probably not correct. It was probably correct that the swords that were used when the Spaniards arrived were pretty much what the people in the Book of Mormon used. They were not metal swords, as we classically think of a sword, but wooden, kind of like fraternity paddles with obsidian blades sticking out the side. This is a replica of the traditional Maya sword that was used when the Spaniards arrived. I've attended the Maya conferences for the last 35 years, and during those 35 years it has been reported that they have not found metal uses among the Maya. They simply did not have metals, and they certainly did not have metal swords. So and we have never found a metal sword in Central America or Mesoamerica. So they either didn't have them or they didn't have many of them. They certainly didn't use them commonly. They used this obsidian sword. So the obvious question is, why didn't they use metal swords? And the answer is, according to the archaeologists, the Maya did not have metal. They didn't use them, or if they had it, it was such a small amount that it did not really impact their culture. So this is the type of, the thing that they used were made out of obsidian that were used to be sharp. They needed to be sharp, so knives, swords were made out of obsidian. By the way, these obsidian swords are lethal. The Spaniards reported that when they arrived here, an Aztec could take one of these swords and cut the head of a horse off with one swing. So they were actually more lethal than metal swords and much easier to make. You can imagine how long it would take to make a metal sword. You can make one of these obsidian swords in 2 hours. So they made them, they used them, discarded them, and used another one. That was their style when the Spaniards arrived, and I assume it was their style prior to the arrival of the Spaniards. These people in ancient America simply did not use the metal sword. The question obviously is, what happened with the Sword of Laban? Why did they go from that to making obsidian swords? I don't know why, but I have a guess. My guess is that when the people of Lehi landed, they encountered people who had already been here for hundreds of years, and those people did not have metal, and therefore they were using obsidian tools, and Lehi and his people simply adapted to the culture, and they used the type of swords and tools that the people who were indigenous here were already using.